Hey all, welcome back. This is Dino the Ops Guy, and this is Production Management and Practice, or Stardew Production Management 101. It is episode 54. So it is basically a course in production management where we start with a production environment. In this case, the production environment is in Stardew Valley. So no one has to worry about wearing steel-toed shoes or wearing safety glasses or anything like that. It's just a virtual environment. But as well, you can try some of the things that we're talking about at home if you have Stardew Valley. So we have 53 episodes that happened before this. If you want to, each one sort of corresponds with the day. So day 4 was episode 4 in Stardew Valley, or day 4 in Stardew Valley was episode 4. And this is now, of course, episode 54 and day 54 in Stardew Valley, which brings it to basically summer 26, I think it is. So we're getting towards the end of summer. We're going to be looking at what that means and how we're going to change into fall. And we'll talk about some production principles in that sense as far as flow and minimizing waste and that sort of thing. But I'm the strategy guy. I'm the upper management, and we also have our person on the floor, Av, and there's a picture of Av on the top right with his flowing white gray hair. And he does the things that are the doing. He does the stuff on the farm. So I'm going to turn it over to him so he can do his part. And for today, the plan is to harvest the crops, pet the animals, and process the animal products. Check the traveling cart because it is a Friday for red cabbage. It's the best, safest way to get that. And then if there's some free time, forage, mine as necessary. So why don't I just turn it over to Av? Away you go. Thanks, Dino. Okay, 26th of summer. We just pet Meow, and the spirits are in good humor today. So we're going to start off. We got some poppy honey, and of course there's that, we got to get that one seed. Yeah, that's the whole idea of the 5S for that area, is to make sure that we don't have anything obstructing flow in there. And the seeds tend to come up there, I think, because we have our sap trees or our syrup trees in there. So that's sort of the cause of that. But as long as we keep it clear so they don't grow up and get in our way, that's a good thing. Doing probably some of the final spans, sort of harvests, if you will. So we just got some sunflowers. We're not going to have to go to those plots again. We're going to get some blueberries. This is probably the last time we'll get the blueberries. I think it's at least a 3-day regrowth. You'll notice that we got those 8 corn that are just coming up. Oh, we're back in inside. The goats have all grown up. We got goat milk now. This is fantastic. So we're going to put the goat milk first through the cheese press. It doesn't really matter, but might as well get the high value stuff first. We're going to make some room. Part of the plan, and Dino's going to talk about this after, is create more chests so that we don't have to do what I just did, put the milk into the egg chest and then have to work back and forth. So to reduce some of the required movement, movement of course is a waste, as defined by value and non-value added situations. So that I think is going to help a bit. But just in general, a lot of what we're seeing in the farm is slowly going to change to the new. Like I said, there's those 8 corn that we're going to keep, and then there's another group of 3 corn that are all grown next to the 8 that we're going to set up with a new sprinkler so that that all works. We're going to keep the blueberries. Haven't exactly figured out why we want the main blueberries, but it's nice to keep them. But the higher quality blueberries we're going to sell. And of course, we just converted our summer seeds to tea saplings so we could get more money for them. So we're going to sell those. There's a fair bit of few things that we're going to sell at Pierre's today. So that's going to be good. We are going to smelt some copper. It looks like we'll need some coal for that, but we can do that. The plan actually was to get a copper hoe before we got to the end of the season, but that's not going to happen. There's not enough time now. So, but we still do need copper for different things, so we wanted to get that. There was also the plan for mushrooms, and we were going to set up a new sort of area for a mushroom farm. And for the mushrooms we're looking for the chanterelles, at least, setting them up with pine is the best situation. So we're going to create the beginning of a pine pattern. Oh, and we got some broccoli seeds. The beginning of a pine pattern here. We want these trees to grow. So hopefully we'll get a chance to put some fertilizer on them. And then once they're all grown up, we'll plant smaller trees between them and then put the mushroom logs around like the front of them so that we can see. And that's going to create hopefully somewhat of an optimum structure for getting the most chanterelles, and if not chanterelles, at least a good return on the mushrooms that we do get and the quantity of mushrooms that we do get. So that's kind of the plan going forward. You get the sort of the feel that we're almost to the end of summer and we're looking to prepare for fall. This sort of preparation is pretty common and pretty important in production management, sort of looking ahead to see what's going to happen. So slowly making that transition. We got our first goat cheese. Isn't that nice? So here we have some mushrooms. We're going to take some of the chanterelles and fill up because we don't have any more purple mushrooms. We use them all in the bundles. Happy to use them in the bundles. That's good. Put in our, we do need one cave carrot that we're going to give to Harvey for a quest. So I just wanted to make sure we have that. And then we did want to get the geodes because we're going to go down and see Gunther. And when we're going down to see Gunther, we might as well go and see Clint as well. But that's all after we stop to see Pierre and essentially convert a lot of our inventory to money and create more space in our inventory. So that's going to be the right thing to do. So we're going to make that happen. And we're going to say hi to Caroline, and we're going to say hi to Abigail. Always nice. You know, I probably should say hi to Pierre. I never do that. So we're looking for Harvey. I don't see him in his clinic. Maybe he is at the library. Sometimes he goes to the library. So we'll have to check that out once we get down to the library. But we're going to stop in and see Clint. We got some sweet peas. We're going to stop in to see Clint and process some geodes. So our Omni Geode. Okay, we've already had a petrified slime. Slate we've already had. This one's new, an ancient drum. That's good. And a dwarf gadget. And barite. It looks like bear. A little bit of iron. We got some stone. And clay. Well, that last clay one was a real stinker from the standpoint. You get 15 G for clay, and we spent 25 G to get it, not counting the cost of the geode itself. So that happens every once in a while. And no sense in really complaining about it, even though sometimes I do. So, okay, we're going to put the scroll. We're going to put the drum. We're going to put the dwarf gadget. We got a few things. Hopefully, we will get the, there it is, the pumpkin seeds. So I knew they were coming up, and even if we didn't get them by the 1st of fall, that would be fine. We could plant them in a separate tranche, but that's okay. It's nice to get them so that we can put them in the right set of groups. Oh, and we got another tribolite. We're going to sell that. We don't really need to keep that. We do see that we have some coral. It's 3 coral that we're going to pick up. Just doing the sweep to make sure that we get anything else that is out to be foraged. Sell that right away. We can sell things on Friday, Saturday. Sometimes Willie isn't there, but on Friday he's there. So we can clear that up and then head our way over. It is Friday, so we are going to check the traveling cart. So we'll head over and do that. Actually, let's try and find Harvey, because if he's up either in the saloon, let's see if he's in the saloon. He's not in the saloon. I do think he goes into the saloon Friday night, but maybe it's just too early. Let's check. What's this? The lock. Let's check around the fountain. Sometimes he's up there. I don't know why he'd be around a fountain in the rain, but and nobody is. So that is kind of consistent. So okay, we're going to go to see the traveling cart. It's a little faster to go this way, especially since the cart is up higher than the path we would take across, and it's faster to go down the walkway in our, we lost a piece of cobblestone. On our cobblestone, it helps us go faster, even though some of it's disappearing because of the lightning strikes. So in the cart, we are hoping, and of course we can get some weeds, we are hoping to get red cabbage. That's the premise, that's the purpose And there is no red cabbage to be found. We will take the rare seed, and on Sunday as well, if it's there, we will take the rare seed. It usually is always there. And then we will plant those two to be sweet gem berries. So they're going to, well, we got 2 amethysts that time. So we're going to have the 2 sweet gem berries, one we can sell and one we can feed to this statue that's just around the other corner and that just passed me in the sweet woods there. If you go a little to the left between the columns there's a statue that apparently likes to eat sweet gem berries. You can just see the front of him. Yoda, I think is his name. So you can go and see Yoda and give him that. So we got this fancy gift box, which is actually just decoration we can put in the house, in the cabin or whatever. It's not worth anything. We can't sell it for anything. We got 3 of them, so we'll decorate as best we can, but not the best use of our time probably. Just enough to clear it up and not have to worry about it anymore. We did get a couple mahogany seeds. That's good, and we got one last slime in the corner. Head back up to the farm. I really do want to swing by and see if Harvey is in the saloon. I have a feeling he will be. So at some point, once we're done planting the mahogany seeds or doing other stuff that we want to catch up on, I do want to head over to the Stardrop Saloon. If for no other reason, just to see Harvey, to give him the cave carrot, so that we can finish that quest. And of course, we're still having problems with lightning striking all the cobblestone paths. I guess that's better than striking other things. And I've heard that if they strike a fruit tree, then you end up getting coal instead of the fruit, which would work for me. But and I guess I would enjoy it more if it's a novelty than a feature that I'm looking for. But I have not seen that happen. Have not heard any positive confirmation that will happen. So we will just have to wait and see on that if we're going to come into a situation like that. I have on occasion seen, especially with the melon seeds, sometimes the melon plant in the plot will seem to be withered. And I have to expect that that's because it got struck by lightning, because I can't think of anything else that would cause that. Thankfully, we got all our melons out of the field before this storm, so we don't have to worry about that. I think so. Just doing some sorting. We'd tend to do a lot of sorting here. Come on. Yeah, we're gonna put it up. But Meow is kind of holding me back from getting in the house. Come on, Meow, let me through, please. There, thank you. Now he's holding me back from getting out of the house. That's a true house defending cat, not just a house cat. So okay. We're going to make our way over to the Stardrop Saloon. Hopefully, Harvey is in the Stardrop Saloon. Hopefully, we can pass off this cave carrot for... Oh, there he is. Just in time. Perfect timing. So now we get this prize ticket, but it's after 10 o'clock, so we can't use it till tomorrow because Lewis's house is not open right now. Given that we have everything done that we needed to at the farm, I think it makes sense to go up and do just a bit of mining. And I say a bit because we'd love to do more, but there just isn't time to do a lot of mining. But let's do what we can. And the purpose of the mining really is going to be to get copper. So we're going to do some lower floors. But we are a bit shy on copper. And getting those lower floors in, let's do 15, to get copper isn't a bad idea. And then we're going to get, of course, stone and other things, hopefully. I think the lower floors, the more times rocks will convert into stones rather than just nothing. So I'm sort of banking on that. We got some copper there. We're going to get some more bug meat too. I don't know that we're in dire need for bug meat. At some point, we're probably going to make the bait maker or the automatic, sort of, I think it's called the bait maker. I may be confusing that with the fish bait maker. But that doesn't hurt to have a little more of that, of the bug meat. Let's clear stuff out. We certainly don't need the wood club. We'll head back. And that, you see where I put that torch? That's to tell us a line up with the exit so that we know how far to go over and not have to worry about getting sort of stuck on the fence post on the corner kind of thing. So let's clear out some of what we got here. We are going to smelt some more copper because we got some more copper. We're going to get some chanterelles so we can load off these pickles. restock the mayo machine, restock the cheese press, and I think we're going to run out of time here, but we do want to put the shipper in. So we'll put stuff in the shipper, and then, like I said, we will have that ticket to cash in tomorrow. And because we have the spiceberry, we can do another round of the summer seeds, which can become another round if we have the fiber of tea saplings, which can be another round of putting stuff in the shipper for good money. And that's about as much as we want to play around with today. And of course, Meow's still holding us back out. But yeah, pretty, I would say for the most part, successful-ish day. We got the quest done. We have the ticket for tomorrow, so that's going to be good. And this, of course, we've woken up in tomorrow, the 27th of thing. And of course, it's going to be nice, screeching words, good humor. But yeah, tomorrow is going to be the festival of the water, sleeping water jelly, those things. So we will be ready for that. But for now, we're going to send you back to Dino. Thanks, Av. What I really liked there actually was that you got a chance to go see Gunther, drop off some stuff, and get the pumpkin seeds. I know we could have waited, but just having a lot more of that back and forth really doesn't help. The fact that you got that out of the way is I think a good thing. And I'm glad we got the sweet gem berries. We'll try and do that again on Sunday. So, but what we did get done was we did harvest the crops, we did pet the animals, we did process the animal products, including the goat milk, which was new. Check the traveling cart. Like I said, we didn't find the red cabbage, but we did find the sweet gemberry seed. I think that's a standard. We did some mining, tried to get some copper, got a few things there, but certainly not. Well, there's no sense in floors. I was going to say we didn't get any floors, but there's no sense in floors because we got right to the bottom. So that's a bit of a different beast until we get to the desert. So I wanted to do some discussion. At first, I thought I would do some discussion about waste and where things are and sort of a proper approach to how to deliver, how to work with waste. And really it comes down to, let's start with the flows and then realize what wastes we have in the flows, much like one of the two areas we were talking about when we were talking about theory constraints. One sort of approach is to start with a bottleneck, and similar and as powerful, almost parallel approach is to start with products and watch them start with their flows and follow them through as if as if you're the work order to see where they experience waste. So all that to get up to, well, we do have a plan for what's going on in the fall. So we do have a bit of an understanding how the flows are going to go in a pro forma sense. We haven't seen them yet. So just wanted to sort of say, okay, now that we're looking at them, in each situation, we're going to look at what is going on in an area, such as the honey area, or such as the jars, or the crab pots, or the mushroom area, etc., and say, do we need to have some sort of buffer as a chest to feed in? Do we need some sort of accumulation when things come out of that area? And how does that set up? And what I found was we're going to need some new chests. So for example, we've been using milk products out of the egg chest. I think they need their own separate chest so that we can essentially not have to carry the milk over and back between the barn and the chest, and then the press, and then back to the chest, etc. So that's going to help. Fruits was another one where I think there could be a lot of confusion, but I want to clear up from the standpoint we'll have the peach tree, which will not produce, but we will have the apple tree, which will produce one per day. And if we know it's going to be steady one per day, and it is, then we don't need a chest per se. What we really should do is put 3 preserves jar there, so that every day we just take an apple out, put it in one of the empty preserve jars, and then 3 days later, that one's going to be empty again and ready for the next apple. So we don't even actually need a chest there. We just need that cycle to continue, whether it's raining or not, until winter comes. Having said that, we do need an area for fruits because the cave will give us some fruits, and we have some inventory already. But I want to put that that chest next to the cave. So that's going to accumulate any extra odd fruits we have, and like tree fruits, and as well just be convenient for the cave. As far as jars and kegs, we do want to look at what the optimum to put in it is, and I think we can use that as a cue inside the chests themselves, if you will. So we're going to use them that way. So if we're going to talk about the flow as things go, trying to again minimize waste, make things run smooth, have the product find its way to the customer as quickly as possible. As far as jars, the jar chests are going to be used as the queue for the product. And then once the product's loaded, and then once the jar is done, they will just be sold without any going to storage of any kind. It'll just be basically out to peers or out to the shipper. As far as kegs go, same sort of thing, except if we're doing a premium wine, and when I say a premium wine, I mean either starfruit wine or an ancient fruit wine. We will want to use those to age later on. So essentially the keg chest will be used as an input chest, and then accumulation buffer for anything that comes out that is a fine wine, or like a premium wine. Fruit trees, no chests, just the flow from the preserve jars. Fruit and the mushrooms each will have their own chest, probably 2 for the mushrooms if we have 2 different mushroom areas, and we'll have to weigh whether it makes sense to have them split across 2 areas or just have one area with a little more walking, but we can deal with that as the new mushroom area develops. The eggs, we're just going to do exactly as we're doing now, but we're going to peel the milk out to have their own chest next to the barn. So that gives you a feel for how we're thinking things through, how we're looking at what goes into the process, what goes out of the process, how to marshal that, looking at any decoupling that has to happen, but all in the sense that we not only want to set up the processes, not only do we want to set up the quantities on a capacity balancing level, but we also want to have the right storage in place so that it doesn't create a problem as we're going forward. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that's educational. If there's anything we can do to make it make more sense or more educational or more fun, certainly put it in the comments. Other than that, hope to see you back next episode. And that notwithstanding, this is Dino the Ops Guy signing off.